Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to Labs. It is my pleasure to have PPK Das Bound with me today, the admin of the whole Pulse ecosystem. Das, thank you for coming on.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Right, the purpose of this call is to have one video that answers all questions. As in, how do you get involved in the Pulse ecosystem, what websites to use, the scams that are out there, what coins to hold, basically anything and everything you need to know. Das is here to answer the questions. Das, I'll start you off. Feel free to take it any way you like. So basic questions. I don't know anything about Pulse. So where do I start? What do I do?
Okay, well, welcome to the ecosystem, everybody. Pulsechain has launched just about a week ago, and now everything that you have on Ethereum got copied over. All the people that participated in the two sacrifice phases roughly 2 years ago, they got their PLS allocation and their PLSX allocation, and now everybody is just using the chain. It's been massively used. There have been so many transactions that we skipped in the ranks on DEX Screener above all the other chains, Arbitrum, Optimism, and so on, even BSC for a while, until they started faking volume, which is ridiculous. And people are using the bridge, people are yield farming, people are finding all their duplicated tokens. They are enjoying the NFT and they're enjoying low fees, both on Ethereum and on Pulsechain now, because the whole reason was to reduce the fees on Ethereum. And originally, the community that we have in Pulse came from the Hex ecosystem, so hex.com, and the fees on Ethereum were just too high. Now, Richard Hart saw this, and he already said years ago, like, if ever something happens and we need to do something about it, we'll just fork Ethereum and we'll make a better ecosystem for everybody. Now that people are yield farming, transacting, doing all the things on Pulsechain, it's also reducing the amount of things you need to do on Ethereum, and now everybody's gas fees are just lower. That's like the short gist, so to say.
Okay, so someone like me who hasn't sacrificed any coins is completely oblivious and new to Pulse. I know that Pulse got listed on OKX, so where would I start? What would be my first step?
Yeah, that's actually not the first exchange to list it, but you don't even need it, because first of all, OKX is only allowing deposits for now, so you cannot really get your money in and then get it out. Today is the 25th, so they said that they are scheduling withdrawals for the 26th. But OKX is like the first big exchange. It was top 5 at some point. Now it's, I think, ranked at top 13 exchange in the world. There are Chinese incorporated in the Seychelles. As with all exchanges, you always need to be careful when you deposit. They can always rock you. They can always ask you KYC, hold the money. You are giving your crypto away, so be careful with that. The first exchange that listed was actually safe.trade, and the second exchange that listed was 50x.com. They already allow for withdrawals, so you can go in, go out, and get some gas, maybe put in a small allocation just to be in the system, be part of it, play around. But it's not even required, because you already have all the coins. You already have probably at least one Pulse, because everybody got a free one Pulse allocation. You can't do a lot with it. In the very first hours you could, because in the first hours one transaction costs only 0.000001 Pulse to do anything. And now, because people are just coming in and there was Spamattacks, the network is being taxed like crazy. It's up to like 1,000, 2,000. Some normal transaction costs only 100 PLS to do. But it's gotten, from the start to now, it's gotten a lot expensive. but overall in monetary terms, in US dollar terms, you are still paying only a few cents, 20 cents, 30 cents to do like hard calculations, like setting up liquidity pools and so on, doing multiple things, read, write. That would cost you $30, $50 on Ethereum.
At least.
Especially when the gas fees are even higher. Now they cost you the same thing to do with the same coins. They cost you only 20 cents. And to get this initial gas, the best is probably to just ask someone for free gas. You can hop into the Pulsechain Telegram. Some admins can help you out. We got multiple faucets going where you can just get a little bit of free pulse, 2,500 pulse. There is a community that's just sending back and forth a little bit. There is 2 faucets that are set up, one on websites. One is periodically where people put in to pools Ethereum, and on the other side PLS, and then the contract just exchanges it after 24 hours with everything what is in the pool. There is another one that's allowing you to swap roughly up to like $200 worth, just so you have the gas, and most people use it for like maybe 10, 20 bucks, just so they can do, I don't know, 200, 300 transactions worth, maybe put in like $10 or so, and then they can use the chain as they like. And then on top of that, there is also the Pulse bridge, which is at pulseramp.com, and then it redirects you to bridge.pulsechain.com.
I'll just interject here, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
All the websites that we talk about here, I will leave all the links below in the description box. That's, please carry on.
Yeah. So on the bridge, there have been 150 million, I believe, transferred right now, 150 million US dollars that have been exchanged in value. And it might be even more right now. I didn't check it for like 2 days. This allows you to transfer any coin like Ethereum, USDC, USDT, wrap Bitcoin, all the things that you have on Ethereum, you can move that over to Pulsechain and then do everything with it. Yield farm, buy, sell, whatever you want to do.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, and a lot cheaper, yeah. But you do have the initial transfer cost of getting over, but I guess most people know what bridges are, I hope, so they should be...
the way I would do it...
It's what you have on all the L2s, all the L1s that interact, and you have the Binance has big setups. And by the way, a Binance bridge is in the making. I believe that was the Portal X community should be on it. Power City and Portal X, they did an announcement recently that they are working on, and BNB, or I believe it was BNB. I don't want to say anything wrong. They're gonna bridge from the BSC chain to Ethereum, to Pulsechain. That's the plan. Yeah, let's say it like this.
So way I would do is, first of all, in the MetaMask, I would add the network, the Pulse network, the RPC. And then just because the most time efficient way, I would probably go to the websites that you've mentioned, buy a bit of Pulse, send that from the exchange to MetaMask, just so that I have my gas fees there. And from there on, I could...
Sorry to interrupt. One caveat though, you have to be careful. So when you buy PLS, when you buy the bridged in Pulse, and then when you bridge it back to the Pulse chain, it's going to be wrapped PLS, because the bridge contract right now only allows wrapped PLS, but you still need gas to unwrap it. So you would be stuck if you're doing it only this way, because you need the native native coin, only PLS, not wrapped PLS, to use for gas. So you need to have roughly 400 PLS or 500 PLS to unwrap the wrap PLS. If you ask someone, or if you use one of the faucets to just get you going in the beginning, you can start playing around with that.
Gotcha. So ladies and gents, either use a faucet or ask someone in the community to send you a little bit. Okay, now next question. What coins should I hold? I was thinking of Pulse and Pulsex being the main ones, but going into the bull run, what are you holding? None of this is financial advice, ladies and gents. These are strict opinions. Crypto is risky, little disclaimer. But that's what will you be holding going into the bull run?
Yeah, I don't play any trading games, and I think it's very risky to try and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I personally, for me, I'm just trying to be in all the ecosystems roughly similarly. So I have a little bit of X, I have a little bit of eHex, I have a little bit of Hex on Ethereum, Hex on Pulsechain, I have PLS, and I have PLSX, and I have INC, which is the incentive token from yield farming, just by providing liquidity. So I'm a little bit in everything. Yeah, and then we'll see where it goes in 2 years. I just don't want to miss out on anything.
Okay, clarify this. Let's say, so you have the copy on PLS, but don't you think if the price, for example, yesterday I saw a tweet, I think it was from Richard, where Bitcoin hit 70K on Pulsechain, but on Bitcoin as itself, as a native token, is at about 26K. So you have that gap in between, and you would think arbitrage, but I mean, there's a disconnect. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, and then it was arbitrage. It just takes a little while. So what I think what happened is people were just lazy. There was some wrap Bitcoin already bridged over, and the people wanted to use the yield farms that are available on Pulsex, which is the exchange. It's like Uniswap combined with PancakeSwap, and there is yield farms in there that allow you to lock in 2 coins together, and then you make an APR on that. But the APR for wrap Bitcoin from Ethereum was so high that it was worthwhile to buy it off the market, put it into liquidity pool, and just get the yield out of it in incentive tokens. So people were buying up the wrap Bitcoin price that was already on the chain, so they didn't have to wait to bridge it over from Ethereum. Because if you do it manually and you try to go through the bridge, it might take you like an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. And in the very, very beginning, the bridge was clogged up so hard with those 150 million US dollars that it took some people 40, 50, 60, 90 hours to just cross the bridge. And people don't want to lose that timing while the yield is very high in the beginning. So they're playing those degen games where they're just ratcheting up the wrap Bitcoin price to $70,000, and people could actually and did also sell into that. So you can sell your wrap Bitcoin into the 70K. Now you're selling Bitcoin at 70K US dollars, and you can bridge it back and get your value out.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I don't think a lot of people got that though, because it was a very small time window. I think like a few hours or so where it was that high.
And a few of you lucky guys out there probably made a lot of money. Okay, so we've answered how to get started, basically. We've answered as to what DAS would be holding, a bit of everything, because you can't really predict what will go up. Now, DAS will give us all the key websites, like the Bible, that you need in order to actually know your way around the Pulse ecosystem and to do all the transactions and the bridging and everything you need. So DAS is going to do a screen share all the links, all the websites that he's going to be using. I'll copy and paste from him. He'll send it over to me and I'll share it in the description box. But as it stands, DAS, I'll hand it over to you. If you can please do a screen share and just walk us through the websites, so that we can get our hands dirty later on.
Yeah, 1 moment. Let me find the right one.
Sure. So while DAS is just finding the websites to get involved, either use the faucets or the communities, add the RPC network to your MetaMask, transfer over some Pulse for your gas, and then you can start playing around with the websites.
I And by the way, if you need like any help or you have questions, just join the Telegram room, which is Pulsechain.com and Pulsechain.com. Also, links will be probably in the description for that. If you have no knowledge at all about the ecosystem, I would suggest to just read the pinned messages and type in the command !pasta. This will bring up a trigger menu in the Telegram that will answer the most common questions, like what is the RPC, what are the bridge token contracts, how does the system work, what are the socials, what are the other channels to follow, and so on. All the things are in the triggers. And the main website, this is pulsechain.com. I hope the screen share is working. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
Okay. So pulsechain.com, you got your RPC settings, network name, chain ID, the symbol, the one of the explorers. And here on this button, if you click it, it will automatically add everything to MetaMask. Mind you though, you should be using a hardware wallet and maybe get your seed words backed up, maybe in steel. Look into that. And then you connect through MetaMask to the Pulsechain. So I'm not sure if the pop-up will actually show on the screen share. Probably doesn't, right?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, because it's a new window, I guess. So once you click this button, MetaMask will have a small pop-up here on the top right corner. And it will show you Pulsechain, rpc.pulsechain.com, chain ID 369, currency symbol PLS. You approve it. It will switch to the Pulsechain network, and then you see you can add PLSX to MetaMask as well, which is the exchange token.
So yeah, first step, ladies and gents, go to pulsechain.com, add this network to your MetaMask. Nice and easy. It's pretty much done for you.
And then the exchange itself is on app.pulsechain.com. So voila. app.pulsechain.com. And there you go. Let's make it big and juicy. You connect your MetaMask. Check. And then you can trade. You have all the information. So this one is a little bit glitchy. There's supposed to be an information tab, but if you just click the three dots, you got all the same information as you're used to on Uniswap and so on. You got all the data, you got all the pools. Let's check it out. For example, wrapped pools, and then the biggest pool, biggest liquidity is probably some bullshit token. No, that here. Okay, PLSX to wrap PLS is right now the biggest liquidity with 150 million. So they're both, what is it? 1 trillion PLSX bounded with 437 billion wrap PLS. That's one of the pools. As always, as on any decentralized exchange, you can exchange all the tokens. You can add any specific token. I don't know, if you want to trade Chainlink or whatever, you input the Chainlink address in here. And what's important to know, all the addresses are the same as on Ethereum for the fork. So if you had, I don't know, Shiba Inu, Pepe, DAI, wrapped Ethereum, Hex, anything that you had before on Ethereum now also have the same contract address on Pulsechain. And you can just input that and find your token and trade it if you want it, and if a liquidity pool exists. If there is no liquidity pool, maybe you are the first liquidity pool creator. You can do that. So let's see. What do we have? Pulse, and then let's trade it versus DAI, for example. So we have Terracoin, and then 10,000 PLS can be traded right now for 1.7 DAI. which then you could also bridge back. So that's $1.7 basically what you have right there. It's the current rate for 10,000 PLS.
Okay, next website.
Then say again.
Next website, I think let's spend about 2-3 minutes on each website, because I can see you have another 10 or 12.
Okay, no worries. So just quick, you can add liquidity, you have the farms here, do all those things, and then the next one is just your sacrifice checker. Now on if you sacrificed, or maybe you forgot that you sacrificed, you can just input your address here and it will tell you how much is your allocation, how much do you have, where on your address. So it's a good one. Then this is the beacon.pulsechain.com, and this one specifically shows you the current gas. You have some information for the current blocks that are created, what epoch we are on, and so on. That's more for the validators. And if you try to be a validator, you can do it with 32 million pulls, just like on Ethereum. With 32 Ethereum, you can validate the transactions and just get a little bit of reward for that. I think the APY is like at 3 or 4% or something for validators right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Then this is a really good one, PSC20s.com. It allows you to scan what you have in value copied over and what is traded already in US dollar terms. So if you input your Ethereum public address in there, it will show you what copies you have.
That's pretty.
Next one is Lightbeam. It's similar, it's just a scanner and allows to see you what copies, what value do you already have on the Pulse chain. You wanted to ask something?
Oh, no, please. In 4 minutes, Zoom is gonna end, so I'll send you another link right away and we can carry on, because I'm limited to 1 hour at a time.
Yeah, no worries. I know. It's good.
Please carry on. Yeah, very useful stuff.
So then the next website I have that you should look into is howtopulse.com. This one has great education, introduction, news. You have security. You got some tools, different wallets, explanations. There is launchpads, FAQs, everything you want to have. If you're completely new, you can get on here, howtopulse.com. You can explore everything on there. Then there is the Pulsechain Hub, which is a similar website. It has all the major links that you need to go around the ecosystem. It's bento.me/Pulsechain. You have the Telegram chats, the main websites, links to Richard Hart, the creator, some history for that, some guides, DApps, sex listings here. We get different stat sites that I'm also going to show in a second, price charts, DEX screener, and so on, Fatty. Yeah, all the good links. So there is more than I'm going to show. This one is one of the main hubs that you just definitely should visit. This one is one of the first websites that had a lot of stats and the overview of the bridge, what is currently happening. It's plsburn.com. You can also here follow on Twitter and see the updates. They're also making a new website that allows you to see the accrued incentive token. And what is the bridge status right now? It's 98.9% has been transacted, and yeah, $150 million in deposits right now are synced. There is always a little bit of float. So whatever is being transferred like right now, it always shows as the last 1 or 2% that are behind. Yeah, and then you got here the deposits overviews, the total values locked, the validators, they keep going up. Oh, wow. We're at 16,000 validators. The chain started with roughly 6,000 validators, and there is more and more coming up. So, and there is 1,774 waiting. They just set up their node, and they are, the last time I checked, like 2-3 days ago, it was at, I don't know, 12,000 or something. So there was what, 4,000 already added in a few days, and 1,700 are entering. That's crazy, man. So many people are setting up the validators. To be a node
operator, you need 32 million pulse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is funny because the more validators come in, basically the more PLS will get locked up in a float, because you need those 32 million as a validator. So everybody who was in a sacrifice, they might already have enough to be a validator, but everybody who wants to be a validator now, they need to buy the PLS off market to start validating.
And the API is a couple of % a year, did you say?
Yeah, I believe, don't quote me wrong on this, but I think it was 3 or 4%.
Okay, and you will show us where to become a validator or how to become a validator?
Bridge ticked over to 99%, and then, so if you want to become a validator, there is the launchpad.pulsechain.com. There you have some general information about the validators. And
wow, API,
you have
25%, nice.
I think that might be wrong display though, because I heard it was like 3 or 4%. Maybe it's going down over time, and then the total one is 3%. But yeah, anyway, you have all the FAQ, the checklist. You can try to be a validator on testnet. Testnet is still up, by the way.
Yeah.
So you can just see without having a loss of if all your system works and so on. And you can become a validator here at the bottom. If you need more help and you want more detailed guides, you can go to this Medium article from Togosh. It's a very well-known guy in the Hex and Pulsechain community. They're doing great outreach with flyers and so on. And they have all the resources that you would ever need. You got the GitLab, the Launchpad that I just talked about. You got the checklist. You got different scripts that were created by the community. So you can start being a validator without having a lot of tech knowledge, because all the things are already prepared. And there are guides that show you how to set everything up. So you can, with minimal knowledge, you can still be a validator if you are like interested in that kind of thing. And then you see there is like RH Max script. There is David Feder video here. David Feder also shares his script and so on. Jexa has his script. GameSys has a guide. HODLdog has a guide. HODLdog is one of the biggest streamers in the Hex and Pulsechain community. And then you have other guides and so on. There is a lot of information on how to become a validator here. Yeah.
So all the information's there, just spend a couple of hours just to get your head around it.
Yeah. Be careful though, make sure that everything works, because validators can get slashed. If you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be validating. You're gonna lose some pulse if you don't set it up properly. Okay. But if you're into that thing, go check it out.
Yeah.
So, what do we have next? If you want to find out what is being created, what is being developed on the Pulsechain right now, which is new, which is a new thing, here is a list on pulsehotlist.com.
What's trending?
Projects. Yeah, projects that are launching or have launched. See this one, for example, Liquid Loans. It's not working yet because they're still building it out. We got different. Mintra is not done yet. Theat has launched, and you see all different ones. Power City I talked earlier about. What is this? Pulse Kittens. I don't know. It's an NFT. Wow, I don't even know what that is.
A lot of projects.
But yeah. So these are all the things that are building specifically on Pulsechain. And those are just addendums to what has already come over from Ethereum. If your project, whatever it is, if it has a coin, you just need to go to your developers, to your community and say, hey, we got value on Pulsechain. Please make your front end also work on Pulsechain so I don't have to pay the horrible fees on Ethereum. And you're good to go. It's really easy for the developer to just create, to duplicate the front end or just redirect to the different RPC instead of going to the Ethereum network. And you can use the system. That's it. So yeah, you have lots of projects on there. And if you are a project developer and want to be on there, you just go and ask to be listed. You can inquire about the listing, have a working website, do not promote violence, blah, blah, blah. Make sure your project is somehow related to Hex, Pulsechain, or Pulsex. But if you're on Pulsechain, you're obviously somehow related to it. So you do all that and you get on the Pulse hot list. You can share, go around all the YouTube streamers and in the Telegrams and share your new exciting project that hopefully brings value to the ecosystem and to all the Pulsechain.
So Pulse is really kicking Ethereum in the nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. In terms of activity and the shiny new thing, in terms of development, there is a lot going on. Yeah, I would say that. We are on the DEX screener now. So DEX screener is an overview website that's becoming more and more used. It's been a very small website in the beginning, but now you have all the stats, everything that's decentralized and real raw data. It gets funneled into DEX screener and you can see all the charts of whatever you want. So let's go to the Ethereum chain real quick. You have all the Ethereum tokens. Look, there is like pairs and pairs, 5,000 pairs that are listed here. You got the same for BSC. And now you see Pulsechain is already on spot free. That's because BSC started some liquidity shenanigans, which is ridiculous. Can I find it real quick?
That's easy.
One token. It was called, what was it? The volume was, there was one token on here that was called One. And it was just creating enormous liquidity. That was ridiculous. Maybe they removed it or something. 17,000 pairs. And it had like $2 liquidity or something, $1. Yeah, $2. Yeah, it's either it was renamed or it was removed. Samo. No, it's gone now. It's not on there anymore. But we have videos of it happening. So yeah, and Pulsechain is the third one right now in ranking. Skipped everything: Arbitrum, Polygon, Optimism, Solana, Phantom, ZK, Avalanche, Kava. They all have lower volume right now. Say again?
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is just in a few days. So what is Optimism? 24-hour volume is 60. Can you see that actually?
67 mil, yeah.
Yeah, 67 million, 24-hour volume. And then for Polygon, we got 76 million, Arbitrum 286 million, and then Pulsechain is currently sitting at 284 million. I think I've seen it as high as 480 million, I believe, on the 24-hour volume. But it's obviously oscillating a little bit. People waking up in different time zones, people setting up all their coins and farms in the beginning, and now everything's running a little bit by itself.
I mean,
yeah, but what you have here is, yeah.
I mean, you have to get involved in the Pulsechain ecosystem. And me, for example, I know that it's going to be one of the it's already trending, right? It's going to be one of the hottest trends in the bull run. So getting your head around this and actually getting your hands dirty and knowing what you're doing and getting involved is a must. I mean, you can't avoid Pulsechain. Like Richard, don't like Richard, like Pulsechain, don't like it. I mean, if you're into crypto, yeah, you have to get involved in this. So this is why we are doing this particular video, because once you share all the links, I'll spend the whole day educating myself.
And in terms of trending, like there have been like 1 million or 1,500,000 or something posts about Pulsechain, incentive token, and the ecosystem in general. It's crazy. It's blowing up so much that people from all over crypto Twitter are just like confused. Why is this happening? I thought it's nothing, but then there is such a big community and there is so many posts and it's happening. People are yield farming. The volume is there. And millions of dollars in liquidity coming over. Yeah, it's real.
Organically, which a lot of other chains and projects can only dream about. Right, what's next, Das?
Yeah, so if you just want to check out all the charts on Pulsechain, you go to dexscreener.com/Pulsechain. And then you can have all the charts that you ever wanted to check. Maybe your token is in there. I don't know, what do we have here? Then Dai, Hadron, Kishka. There is Pepe here. Watch out though that you got the right ones, because some of them are actually scams that are launched and are just trying to take your money. Be very careful with that.
Yeah.
We got Matic, Link, WEF, ASIC. Always verify that you got the correct address that you're looking at. So let's just open, I guess, PLSX to PLS and just have a look at the chart real quick so you can see. It's loading, and there is not a lot of, mind you, there is not a lot because it's 15 minutes candles. If you see, if you go on the daily chart, it launched for like a week now. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days of charting right now. Not really tradable. Don't trade. You're gonna lose all your money. Yeah. And this is the ratio of PLSX to PLS. I'll show you a quick trick if you want to see it in. Oh wait, sorry, that was USD, I guess. Yeah, we were already on the USD chart. So this is 0.00007 for the PLSX right now. And then you can also see just the ratio here, which is the PLS to PLSX ratio. And that also moved quite a bit. So people down here, people were trading PLS to PLSX on a 1-to-4 ratio. So 4 PLSX were worth one PLS, and now it went up to 1-to-2, and now it's down to 1.2.3 or something, 1.2.2, something in that range. Massive change. There were a few whales that bought up millions in supply. Yeah, that's DEX screener. Then you also have the 2 scanners that show you the transactions and all the data of what you're doing, how much has an address, what are the tokens and so on, what are the contracts, what is the data behind that that's actually sent around. Yeah. You have otter.pulsechain.com and then also the scan.pulsechain.com. You can just have a look at that. Let's just open, for example, what do we have here? How about we just look at the Pulsechain sacrifice address here?
Yeah, basically it's Explorer.
Yeah, it's the same as Etherscan, but just with a they're both like Etherscan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see like token transfers, tokens, internal transactions. You can open transaction hashes.
Yeah.
Have a look at them, and you get to see like how much PLS, what is the gas, how much it was burned. Here, for example, in this transaction, 98 PLS was burned for this transaction.
Pretty much free for now.
And then scam alerts. Watch out. Here is a quick guide. I'm not going to go over it, but Max Payne did a nice little guide on how to spot scams, and especially on DEX Screener to filter out what is the real token, what it isn't. Have a look at that. Link will be in the description. And here is an example of one of the scams. This is a token POHM. This is not the original token, but this is a copy token that was created by a malicious actor. You can buy it on the open market, but you cannot sell it because they set up the coin.
Yeah.
Say again?
Honeypot.
Yeah, exactly. It's a honeypot scam. So you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna trade this token. It's trading very high. I saw it on DEX Screener and I want to get in. I'm getting the FOMO here. You buy it, but then suddenly you realize that you cannot sell it, and it shows you NAN. I think it's no actionable number or something, or no account number.
Yeah.
Someone correct me on this. Somebody look it up. But basically, it's no liquidity, no prices available. The DEX cannot fetch it because it's not sellable. So the DEX also cannot get the information. And when you try to sell it, it just won't do anything. And here is an example video of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Next, you try to swap, and then it won't even start the transaction, and then you're stuck in this honeypot. You're thinking you made bank because you bought something at $1. It went up to like $5,000. You want to sell it, but you can't. You're stuck now.
Yeah,
so be very careful out there.
$500 because no one can sell it.
Yeah.
Lovely. So yeah, ladies and gents, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just approve anything on your hardware wallet, on your MetaMask. Do your research first. Right. So we have all the websites that Das has shown you. Das, if you, when you get a chance, forward me all those links. I'll stick them in the description box below the video. Also, I'll spend the day going through all those websites and educating myself, getting a little bit of Pulse, a little bit of Pulsechain, a little bit of Ink. And when it comes to Hex, I had billions and billions of Hex, and I sold too early. If I didn't sell early,
everybody's problem.
Yeah, I would have had a few mansions right now. Therefore, whatever I buy now, I'm going to be holding well into the bull run. That's anything else you would like to share with us?
I don't know. I can show my shit if you don't mind.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So if you want to follow me, go to I'm BPK-Baum on all the socials. Telegram, Instagram, Twitter. You can find me, you can DM me, you can ask me. If you add me in the Telegram chat, me and the admins, they will help you out if you have questions or want to set something up. Message me. I have two YouTube channels that you can follow me on. It's BPK-Baum, and the other one is Baum Crypto. It's rather new though. It's gonna be for security and for things around the Pulsechain ecosystem. So if you want to have a look at that, and if you're interested in creating a seed backup solution on Metal, you can check out my Etsy shop on Baum Crypto.
I got a better idea. Share all the links to your socials with us, and I'll share them in the description box just to make it a lot easier.
I will put them.
Lovely. We may do, by the way, a big shout out to Crypto Dread for introducing me to Das and actually setting this up. So Crypto Dread, you were supposed to be here today, but he was busy. We will probably do another one of those videos with Dread in the video. Other than that, Das, thank you very much. Much appreciated. So now I got some sort of understanding about Pulse, and I'll be getting my hands dirty, getting involved today. Share all the links to the websites, share all the links to your socials. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Peace out.
Yeah, ladies and gents, Das Baum. Thank you. Lovely, Das. Thank you very much. I'll edit all of this today. No homo, but if you send me a picture of yourself, I'll put it in the thumbnail for the YouTube video. And I'm gonna go and get a haircut now. Did you say you're in Portugal, Das?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be going.
It has the best crypto taxes in Europe.
Yeah, we're going to Algarve for a holiday soon.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Right,
you picked a good time. It's gonna be sunny.
Super.
Sunny and hot. Yeah.
So I'm gonna press end because it's gonna take about 10 minutes to render. If you please send me
do that. I'm gonna paste you all the links in the Telegram group chat.
And a photo of yourself.
Yeah, and the photo as well. So
lovely.
We can talk there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Much appreciated, Das. Yeah, keep in touch. Cheers. Bye.